Our factory is being relocated and the workshop are clearing out lots of stuff, some of which is too good for the skip. So I check from time to time what's being thrown away when I found this.
Oh look, I was just having to clear out at work and like a Toy Story. Look what I found in the rubbish. Can't let that be thrown away. You're saved, radio, you're saved. Charlie, I've saved a radio. It's saved.
So here it is, back in the shack, the Motorola T288, one of the last in line of this style of early PMR radios. First thing that I noticed was just how light it was, even with the battery in. It looks quite metallic, but it's obviously plastic. Basic wall charger with a rather unusual choice in power plugs. Not sure you would want to go plugging that into any headphone socket. I plugged the radio into the charger and it appeared to take a charge. The light turned from red to green in a minute or so, and I figured maybe all would be good. But then there must have been a reason somebody threw it in the dumpster. So I figured, well, may as well try to see if this old radio works. And I thought, oh, it's broken. The display lights up but then goes out straight away. At first I thought it was the radio, but then I noticed the screen was dimming very quickly, so I did wonder if the battery might be dropping volts, and sure enough it was. 3.7 volts dropped to 2.7 volts in a matter of seconds. To give you an idea of the size and how it's changed, here is the radio next to the very first PMR radio made by Motorola, the TA200. Sliding the cover off the back of the radio exposes the nickel metal hydride battery. Quite why they went this package cell route I'm not sure. At first look it looks like an early LiPo battery, but it's actually 3 AAA cells packed in a case. It originally had a capacity of 600 mAh. Replacing the battery in such an old radio doesn't make any financial sense at this price, so I thought of something much cheaper that in reality wouldn't cost anything. A close-up of the connection pins here. They did sell a battery box so you could fit normal cells in the radio, but they are almost impossible to find anywhere. I rigged up an external power supply at 4 volts to do a basic test on the radio by simply pressing the power wires onto the contacts. The radio sprang into life. I have a ton of old LiPo cells from RC models. I found this little cell, perfect, almost the same capacity as the original and small and very light. With a maximum discharge capability of 12 amps, I think it should manage the half a watts of this radio. The cells use a simple USB single cell charger, so I snipped up some JST connectors and started up the soldering iron. This solution is reversible should a cheaper battery or a battery tray appear in the future. I just wanted to get the radio working again, as it will be used likely by the kids. Quick check with the JST connectors and we can get this little cell charging. USB charging of any radio is super useful, and it's something that we are seeing more and more on the newer Chinese radios now. In fact, the Radio Oddity R2 now comes with a micro USB connector. They have just changed the name to the GA2S. I quickly connect the battery and some heat shrink for protection, and we should be almost there. To stop the cell moving about, I put some sticky pad tape onto it. You can see there it's easy enough room to run 2 batteries in parallel, doubling the original battery capacity of the radio in effect. And that's done. Good enough for jazz, as the old saying goes. Well, I suppose I better get the case on and tidy up. Let's just check to see if it's going to work okay. And yes, the radio is saved. Here it is, sat next to the USB charging plug. I mentioned the weight. Just look, only 105 grams. The TA200 is at 130 grams and 200 grams when you add the batteries. Here's some other small sets as an example. Let's have a listen to it on the SDR. Rescuing the Motorola TA288 from a certain fiery grave. The quick brown fox had jumped over the lazy dog. And just remember, a radio is not just for Christmas, it's for life. I hope everyone has a great Christmas and a very happy New Year. Catch you on the next one, folks, and thanks again for watching.